Hello and welcome to a brand new video. This is our first look at F1 2020, My Team, the new feature for the game this year. A new trailer dropped today, as well as an article to talk about the new management style career mode that we can go through in the new game. I cannot wait to pick up the Schumacher Deluxe Edition on the 7th of July and bring you guys daily content when that comes out in a couple of weeks. But without further ado, let's go and have a little look at the trailer. I'm not going to be playing it with music because of copyright and all of that. But as you can see, it's on the screen now. So I'll just make sure that it's completely the right size for everyone, so we don't miss anything. And without further ado, let's get into it and have a look at it. I'm going to stop it at certain points the second time we watch it. But here we go. F1 2020, My Team, first look. So there we have it then. There is the trailer for F1 2020 My Team. Sorry that I had to mute the audio, but copyright and YouTube and all of that. But no, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to playing through it. There's a few little things I want to pause on. Obviously, you can see all the different numbers that are available, which is a strange thing to show in a trailer, but hey-ho. Create your own team, of course. You can see some of the different sort of driver suits you can go for. That one looks pretty nice. Obviously, some of them pretty generic. Anyone going for those gloves is a little bit expressive, shall we say. But yeah, there's some quite nice ones in there. You can see a little onboard shot, so looking like you can sort of pick the colour scheme of the livery. As far as I know, there's going to be a load of different presets that you can choose from, and then you can change the colour scheme depending on what you want. But what you can see on the side there are some sponsors. Now, the sponsors are just fictional sponsors. I'm sure they may be inspired by real life in a bit of a Pez style way, which would be quite funny. But it's nice because up to now with the helmets and things like that, it's very difficult to feel immersed when your helmet is just completely bare bones and there's no sort of sponsors on it. So hopefully now you'll be able to put some sponsors on the helmet. I mean, it maybe looks like you can. I can't quite tell there, but it looks like possibly that's the case. You can see some more of the liveries. That looks like an old Marussia type car there. There's a nice blue one. That might honestly be the one I go for. Little yellow one there. Slightly Braun GP inspired car potentially there. The white and sort of luminous yellowy green. But yeah, some really, really nice colours. I mean, what I wouldn't want to do is create a livery that's very similar to a team currently on the grid, otherwise you'll never know where your teammate is. But no, it looks like there's some variety at least. That looks like a rather interesting livery where we've coloured the whole background yellow. But there you go. And they seem to be showing off that yellow one a hell of a lot. But there you go. This is the first sort of screen they showed. I can't believe I missed the pause there. But let's go back. So there you go. You can buy your own engine supplier, power unit. So there's Renault, Ferrari, Mercedes and Honda. And the first look at these stats, and I find it quite baffling how much better the Ferrari engine is than the Mercedes. Now, I know Ferrari have made great gains, and they're probably the most powerful engine in the sport at the moment. But for Mercedes to only be 2 points ahead of Renault on performance seems a little bit harsh. The durability of the Renault, though, is 79, and still Honda is apparently weaker than Renault, even despite last season where Renault just didn't seem to be there at all with the engine performance. But you can see the contract cost, Ferrari the most expensive, then the Mercedes. You know, I think Mercedes would maybe charge more for their engines. I don't know, although I suppose Ferrari are Ferrari. Renault 2.7 mil, and then Honda 2.3. So, you know, actually going for someone like Mercedes isn't going to cost you too much more than going for the cheap option with Honda, and it seems like you would get probably a pretty good deal there, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll move on, and you can see there's that Marussia type looking car. And then these look like some of the sponsors. So are there any that we can latch on to a bit of a mick take of? I don't think we can, actually, in fairness. They've come up with some quite unique sponsors by the looks of it. Look at this, Indlovu, and a nice picture of an elephant there. I don't know what the link is there. Highland with mountains in the background. That seems like much more brand representation than this Indlovu, whatever that is. And Shark, look at this with a fin. Oh, I'm going to have a field day with this. Absolute field day. Right, let's go on. Oh, there's some more. There's Duotone. RGB. Whatever that is. I'm trying to see. Equinox. Anyone remember the mission Equinox from James Bond Nightfire? There you go. So if you're a Hugo Drake fan, then you can go for Equinox. Well, there you go. So there's the sponsor selects, and you can see there's some sign-in bonuses there. 5.1 million for that. Goal bonus increase with each team acclaim level. No idea what team acclaim is, but it looks like all of those seem to be the same. You get weekly income, goal bonus as well. And they want to earn 50 Constructors' Championship points in a season. That might be quite difficult at the start of the season. So this is your primary sponsor. Okay, you can hire a teammate, so you can see all the different ratings for the drivers. They have released those, and we'll have a look at that in the article in a minute. But this is the new driver market screen. So you can see we've got overview, we've got facilities, R&D, vehicle, corporate and standings, and then under corporate you've got sponsorship, contracts, driver market, finances, finance history and customization. So straight off the bat, I'm looking at this figure up here. It looks like we've got 3.45 million. And look at this. Look at these contract costs, which makes sense. We don't want to be able to buy a Kimi Räikkönen straight away or a Daniel Ricciardo straight away. You can see the acclaim. I'm not entirely sure why Hamilton is so much more than anybody else, but that's the way it goes. But then you've got Nick de Vries from... I presume that's an F2 team. I have heard of De Vries before. And there's Daniil Kvyat there. So you can sort of compare drivers, which is quite nice. So that's our current driver, I suppose. And look at this, the world famous driver Codemasters. There you go. Matsushita there. 200k contract cost. Only he's 65 rated. He's 28 experience. 35 days. Expires Monday the 20th of April. So I think it's a day-by-day calendar now, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to that. The nerd in me. But here we go. Build your facilities. Let's just pop that back a little bit. a couple of seconds. So you can see, well, there he is, Tim McMurdoch himself, building some weird robot thing here. But no, it looks like a nice room. I sort of hope you can move around. I'm not holding out much hope. And I feel like you'll only visit these places whenever somebody's got a message for you and Carl will pop his head round or whatever. But there you go, they're working on engines, obviously. But some quite nice animations in there, and I do love the sort of paddock aspect of F1. I think that's what made F1 2010 feel so real. You've got somebody working at a desk there, and then this looks like potentially a marketing sort of area. But there you go. So this is the overview activities. So you can see the calendar over here. You've got press interview, driver promotion filming, second driver PR training. Just got some real in-depth stuff. I'm absolutely massively impressed with what they've actually come up with. I thought it was going to be maybe a bit of a Mickey Mouse feature like when the R&D first came into it. But actually, it looks really, really in-depth and fantastic to see that you can up your driver ratings. I have heard that drivers will retire as well on this game, so it just gives a bit of longevity to it. Oh, hang on a second. Let's go back. So these are the facilities. So you've got aerodynamics, chassis, personnel, powertrain, durability, and marketing. So you can upgrade those. You can see a few costs here and there. I don't know whether it's going to cost you 10,000 to go to the next level. It seems a little bit low. Weekly resource points 375. Weekly running costs 90,000. So I don't really know what this 10,000 figure is about. Maybe one of you guys can let me know down in the comments. You can see all of the different power units. That's something that's a hangover from previous games. But this is cool. The simulator. You can see them there playing F1 2020 in the background, or maybe they're playing F1 2010, who knows. Car in the wind tunnel as well, which I just think is really, really nice to see. You can see the big web of the R&D screen. By the way, Facebook video, the pausing does not work every time. My perks, okay, that's cool. Obviously, we won't get to change teams, which it would be quite funny if you could just abandon your team and leave them to rot. But there you go. You can see the team balance. Was there anything else before this? I don't think so. You can sort of see the team performance. So that's not an F2 team. No idea what that's meant to mean. Burst F1 racing team. Yeah, I get the F1 bit. Weird. Mercedes seem to have a really good car. Ferrari, not so much. Or is that progress in a season? Maybe it is progress in a season. So you can see Mercedes, the amount of progress they've made. Ferrari, not so much. As we move forward, let's see what the management's like. So, just a bit more driving. You can see some nice podium celebrations. And there you go. So coming to the end, coming around to win the Singapore Grand Prix, 10th of July. Really looking forward to it. I think it'll be an excellent addition to the team. And then released alongside it was this article as well, which I'll leave down below in the description, so you can have a little read of it there. So we've got create. You'll start by choosing your driver, your car, building a unique visual identity, brand by picking a livery, creating your own colour scheme, setting up your team logo, etc. This is all going to be episode 1. All of that stuff. I mean, it might be quite a while before you get into your first race. You then choose your teammate. You want to get the best driver, but you have to bear in mind your budget as well. You'll be able to choose from the 2019 F2 grid. So, interestingly, not the F2 2020 grid, but okay, that's cool. And this is the driver market. So you can see all of the different driver ratings. So Max Verstappen at 90, Vettel at 89, 3 more than Charles Leclerc, which I'm sure annoyed a lot of people. Hamilton at 94, Bottas at 90. So Bottas is apparently just as good as Max Verstappen. Daniel Ricciardo 87 rated, Ocon 80, Kvyat and Gasly both 80 as well. Grosjean 80, seeing a common theme here. Kevin Magnussen 78, Giovinazzi 73, Raikkonen 87, still up there. His experience 98, helping him along there. Lando Norris 79, Sainz Jr. 82, George Russell 75, Latifi 64, Stroll 78, and Sergio Perez 85. That he's apparently only 1 point lower than Charles Leclerc. What does everybody think about that? But we've got face in the media, livery check, sponsor checks, time for your first interview. You can manage your facilities. So we've kind of seen this, some new screenshots as well of the wind tunnel, which is awesome. You can see there building the robot again. I like this green livery. I've got to say it's a bit different. Looks like the sort of proposed Stefan GP team that we were going to get. You can see him at home on the simulator. Nice little sofa in the background. Probably the motorhome, that is. So you need to drive, win, acclaim. Acclaim is everything in my team. The more you have, the more will be open to you. Drivers and teams both have acclaim. As a driver, the more you have, the more your salary will increase. The more acclaim you and your team earn, the better the sponsorships and opportunities. Wherever drivers earn, whatever drivers earn is added to the team's acclaim, and with that comes more sponsorship and opportunities. All this makes it easier to upgrade your facilities, giving you the edge. Each facility has its own research and development tree you can explore and upgrade using RP, and putting it all together, you can upgrade your facilities, blah de blah de blah. So yeah, PS4, Xbox One, Windows PC, DVD and Steam actually, and Google Stadia. So that's going to be awesome, in the deluxe Schumacher edition, which is the one I'm going to get. But there you have it then. Just a quick look at F1 My Team. I cannot wait to get into it for you guys in just over 3 weeks' time. That's going to be absolutely insane. So if you've enjoyed this little look at the trailer, once again, sorry it was muted, but you know, if you really want to go and hear the music, go and watch it. I'll leave a link down below in the description. But thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you want me to call my team. Who do you want me to bring in as my teammate? All of that good stuff. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.